There are a couple of very instructional movies that you can see how this sort of fits when it comes to building um, communication systems, engineering systems, circuits, and which is communication systems, signals intelligence, codes, circuits opening and closing, communication systems, and how cells communicate with other cells. Antennas communicating to other antennas, right? Frequency vibration, right? Breathing, the first temple, the first temple, the first solar rishi, Ushe, Aya. But this is really how simple it is. Two movies that really are the same message about unreliable circuits, circuit breakers, how circuits of communication break, jam. The signal doesn't get through. Hey, it's down. And how this relates to the simplicity of it, actually. The movie with Ferris Bueller, did you ever see the movie called Ferris Bueller Days Off? That was really funny. I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it. Laughter's medicine. The same guy that played Ferris Bueller was in another movie called War Games, which was very, very similar to Failsafe in 1964 with Henry Fonda, where the President of the United States, as the Commander-in-Chief of Military Cyber Command, realized that he did not have the authority to override alien intelligence machinery codes that had generated an unreliable signal that caused the pilot, because he's sworn to obey the hierarchical orders upon if he doesn't obey, right? Regardless of whether that signal is an error, doesn't matter. Now we're in the matter fields between the unmanifested and the manifested. So that pilot nuked Moscow because he refused to disobey the alien machinery codes that were providing the data. Right? Just like you saw in the film War Games. You see the visual display where all the missiles launched by Russia and the missiles launched by the United States, the AI, the alien machinery codes, were going to launch Armageddon software to experience a Holocaust. And then what did the AI say when Ferris Bueller was able to get in and communicate directly with the AI, just like the guy did in Space Odyssey 2001, or was it 2010? Hal, I was able to pick up by being able to read your lips what you were planning on doing to disconnect me. I can't allow that, Hal. So you're locked in the density lock. Oh, density locks. Yeah, the Borgia matrix quarantine. See how this is all tied together? Self-replicating parasites, reproducing more parasites. The bigger the hole, the bigger the parasite, the bigger the vampire. Right? Crashing systems everywhere it goes because it's needing a source of energy, because it's inverted. Instead of being a gifter, it's not an accelerator of gifting, pure sound and light. Electron donors, electron thieves, electron donors, electron thieves. And so what happens is the simplicity of this is when you, for example, walk into your house, and if you want to turn the light on, what do? You flip a switch. Do you think about whether or not that light is going to come on or not come on? You rely that the circuits in the house, the way that it was wired up with a bulb, say a 60-watt bulb, 40-watt bulb, what happens if the bulb goes off? Oh, well, hey, now, I didn't think about whether it was going to come on or not. It's supposed to come on because I flipped the switch, therefore it must obey that command. Oh, the bulb burned out. Okay, so I guess I got to replace the bulb. Now you know that something burned out, doesn't work anymore, so now you got to replace what doesn't work. Because the circuit wasn't able to complete itself, and now the light is on and off. Digital 10 codes, on and off, binary stuff. And so you can see how this works when somebody comes into an airplane. You trust the signals, the codes, the avionics, the wiring. the circuits that are giving you the mathematical data stream that you see in your mirror. Okay? So what happens if you get a false positive read where you believe that all the electronics, all the avionics of all the systems, including all the hydraulics, is working as it was originally designed when it came out of the aircraft factory? So what happens if you're up at 35,000 feet and all of a sudden your pre-check said everything was great, and then all of a sudden there's somebody aboard that plane that is a targeted individual, and now the AI is going to disable and turn off one of the systems or generate an error code so the hydraulic pump doesn't operate, like the nose landing gear, right? Or your pressurized cabin, all of a sudden you lose pressure, right? Well, something went wrong with the system. The system design doesn't work as it was originally intended because it's breaking down. Well, I got 300 people aboard this airplane. Or whatever number you want to pick. So now that means that the system is broken. What you once relied on and believed was going to be able to get you from one point to another point broke. That's called systems engineering. Hydraulics. Water. Water worlds. So the same message is in failsafe. We let the machines, the AI machines, gain control, but they're unreliable. They break circuits. They're sending us disinformation, misinformation. We're getting wrong data, bad data. The data systems. Reliable circuits. The circulation speed. The bow voltage circulation speed. Molten voltage. Magma. Liquid consciousness. States. Yeah, and so just like the other day, how many phones do I need to have with me? You can tie that directly to North American Rockwell and Rockwell International Space Transportation Group, the Space Shuttle. As I remember it, when I was there, they had 25 backup systems. That means that they know that the first one that they built is subject to failure. So they build another one because I guess they believe it's going to fail. They had 25 backups. Fail-safe. Just like the fail-safe encryption code in the planetary mainframe. The first template. Hydrolase, the organic water code. The first solar water code. The original template. Right? The eternal life template. Eternal breathing. Breathing the still point of the first breath of Kemaluati. That is everywhere. Consciousness that can move through a circuit board. Consciousness that can move through a motherboard. Consciousness that is moving through the lines of communication through a matrix. Doing a data scan. What's going on with these circuits? Fix the circuits. Fix the hub. Fix the gate. Fix the lines of communication so they operate as they were intended to operate the first time it was built. So it's an organic unit. Water. Organic water. Proto. The first plasma wave. The first plasma wave code. The first hub tones. Right? So the other day, what happens? All of a sudden, the phone wouldn't charge. Oh, well, I've got to be in communication with the property owner. I got to be in communication with senior services. I got to be in communication with the gardener. Otherwise, they can't do their job without a communication from me. Okay? Jason, the property owner, he's sending me something. I'm supposed to be aware when that happens, but without the phone, I'm not going to know that to go open the gate. Well, now I've become dependent on something that breaks all the time because what happened? I couldn't charge my phone. You think that's a coincidence? That's deliberate. There are no random number coincidences. So then I realized, I guess I got to get a new phone. What if it does the same thing to that phone? Just like it disabled the camera. I can't remember how many phones ago it disabled the camera, so that camera is no longer reliable. Well, how much did I pay for that phone? It doesn't matter. Just throw it away. Communication systems. So now, just like last night, what happens is that At night, when I turn the phone off and I wake up in the morning, it's not taking a charge, right? So now when I realize, I go abracadabra and it comes on. Okay, 100%. Now I plug the charging cord in it and it charges. If I leave the phone for maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes and walk away and go do something else, I come back and it's not charging anymore. Okay, well then that means it's an unreliable phone because it's not charging. It's choosing when to charge itself and not charge itself. In order to do what? Generate stress and anxiety because the communication system is unreliable. The visual mathematical data is not reliable. So now we're back into letting go of systems that don't work because they're unreliable, because they're circuit breakers, which is breaking the circulation speed of spiritual immunity, which is otherwise known as the form and flow of the first spiral. Yeah? So now, so tell me, tomorrow when I go to town, should I pick up another phone? It's wanting me to spend those electrons, huh? Because who do you think gets those electrons? The same folks that set up the financial system. That sucking sound, that sound synthesizer, synthetics, right? Artificial life forms, artificial alien machinery, just like when you used to go in a doctor's office, see plastic plants. I'm trying to fake it, huh? That's not a real living plant, right? Fake movie sets. It's not funny. I acknowledge that. So in other words, the communication system, the data flow, the form and flow of the mathematical data that is flowing through the circuits that represents that system is not reliable data, is it? So when it comes to intelligence, do you trust the intelligence of that system providing you reliable data to let you know what's going on about something that's already happened, which is called water under a bridge? Because there isn't any time to experience 0 degrees of separation. So 1 point is equal to every other point, which means you never left home. Home base. Home base. Base 12. Ah, yeah. Have a beautiful day.